Well, good morning again, and welcome again to Kenya Soma. In this short video, I'd like to talk about the Bible a little bit, and it will be some preparation for the next video coming up in just a few minutes. This is a Bible. I have had this Bible for over 40 years. It's a very nice Bible. It's got real nice letters and a nice cover. It's leather. We call it a Bible. In a sense, the Bible is a book, yes. But in another sense, it's not really a book. That is, it's not a book by itself. The Bible is actually a compilation of 66 different writings, different scriptures, different authors, and different times and different cultures to whom those scriptures were written. I'm sure you know some of the names: Moses, Isaiah, Jeremiah. And in the New Testament, there's Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, the Apostle Paul, and the Apostle Peter. So the Bible contains all those writings. We also call them the Scriptures. So when we are reading from the Bible, when we are reading the Scriptures, we're reading things that were written even thousands of years ago to different peoples, to different cultures. Now, you don't have to be thinking about that all the time when you read the Bible, but it's very good to know that. We have an expression in America called other people's mail. So when we are reading the Scriptures, we are reading other people's mail. That's okay. But it's also okay to remember that the Scriptures were not written to us. They weren't written for, or at least they weren't written to, the year 2025. They were not written to the United States, or Brazil, or France, or Kenya. Now, the wonderful thing is, I would even call it a miracle. God, over the centuries, has protected the Scriptures. They have gone all over the world, to almost every country, but when they're brought back together, they all say the same thing. They have not changed. So what I'm expressing to you is the Scriptures were not written to us, but here they are for us. For us to meditate in, to learn from, to hear God's perspective on many, many things. Oh, yes. I just said the word miracle. I think God has done a miracle in protecting and supervising the scriptures. They were not written to us, but here they are for us. And to say again, I believe that our God, the one true God, has protected the scriptures for us. If you're in this class, you've probably been told by James that the name of our first semester is Approaching Scripture. Approaching. Not just to read the scriptures, but to approach them properly. And in the next video, I'm going to share an example, kind of a story in my own life, how I have learned about approaching things. And I want to be as helpful as I can to you to approach the scriptures in a way that they will help the most. Not just individually, but to cultures, even nations. The United States, Kenya, Brazil, name your nation. It's very difficult, maybe impossible, to know and understand every culture and every person and even nation that the scriptures were written to thousands of years ago. That would be very difficult. But just to realize that the scriptures were actually written to them is a very good thing. Just to be aware of it. And here the scriptures are for us. As we proceed with Kenya Soma, and as we proceed with approaching the scriptures, I hope to explain how important it is to approach the scriptures correctly, just like an airplane has to approach an airport. Here's a couple of good questions, maybe a few. Do you believe in the scriptures? Why do you believe in the scriptures? I want you to know that I definitely believe in the scriptures. Definitely. When you read the Bible, that is, the scriptures, what are you looking for? There's many different ways to read and approach the scriptures. First would be personally. I want to read the scriptures, my Bible, and I have other Bibles on my laptop also, different translations. All in English, of course. But I want to read the Bible personally, like how does it affect my life? I want to be inspired by words in Scripture, words from God. Yes. But the scriptures also have historical information, cultural information. One reason that I continue to read the scripture is because I want to see how God, my Father, deals with things in this world. Some people think the Bible is only about love. Well, it's certainly very, very much about love. But it's also about judgment. It's also about God speaking to large groups of people. It's very healthy when reading the scriptures to realize this. It's not just for my personal inspiration, and it is, but that's not all that it's about. It's about learning God's plans, His purposes, and the way He interacts with us as human beings. Well, this is just a few words. The next video will be coming up in a few minutes. And I hope Kenya Soma is helpful for you. I hope Kenya Soma and our first semester approaching the scriptures is a benefit to your understanding and love for God. I'll be back very shortly.